Hey there, folks! My name is Amiibo Jason, and welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Wiretap, this time for October 9th, 2018. Today we're talking all about the invasion of the GameCube controllers. That's right, with Smash Bros. On the horizon, we have companies like Hori, PDP, and PowerA coming out with their very own GameCube-styled controllers. So, let's take a look at every single one of those right now. We are less than 2 months away from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and if you're a fan of the series, a professional gamer, or somebody who really just likes awesome controls, chances are you're going to be playing this game with a GameCube controller. It's been that way for quite some time. Even the Wii U version of this game had a special edition that came with both a GameCube controller and an adapter so you can actually use other GameCube controllers on this as well. And this is going to be no exception. So before we get into the third-party options, let's take a look at the official Nintendo option first. Now, if you do want to pick this up, you can pick up an official original GameCube controller for about $30. They're on Amazon, GameStop, pretty much any major game store you can pick one up. They come out the same day as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but there is one thing. You need a $20 adapter in order to use this thing. So if you don't have a Wii U adapter already, you're going to have to pick that up as well. So the initial investment for this is $50. Now the nice thing about this is if you have a whole bunch of old GameCube controllers, you can use your old controllers with just the adapter. So for $20, you can use all your old ones and you're good to go. And a fun fact for any of the Wavebird fans out there like me, these do in fact work with the Wavebird controllers, so if you have 4 of those laying around, you're good to go too. But now that we've talked about the original, let's talk about the clones. There are 3, count them 3 companies making officially licensed GameCube-style controllers for the Nintendo Switch, and the first company we're looking at today is PDP. Now, PDP has 3 options for you if you're looking for a GameCube-styled controller. They have a yellow Pikachu edition, a red Mario edition, and a blue Legend of Zelda edition. This controller has 2 really cool things going for it. Number 1, it has both a ZL and a ZR button, not just one Z button, like on the official GameCube controller, so it's going to be compatible with a lot more games. And second, it has a second analog stick instead of a C stick. Now, there is one really neat thing about this. If you prefer the C stick, you can actually remove the right analog stick and put the included C stick right on there, so it feels just like the official GameCube controller, which I think is a really awesome touch. Now, like most of the controllers on this list, there's no rumble, there's no NFC touchpad, and there's no motion controls, so keep that in mind when you're picking this up. And keep in mind, once again, these are wired controllers, so if you're hoping to use these wirelessly, they're not going to work. In this case, though, these are standard USB cables, so you don't need a separate adapter. If you want to pick these up, they go for $24.99, so about $5 less than the real deal. Next up, let's move on to Hori. Hori has 4 GameCube-styled controllers coming out for the Nintendo Switch. These are very similar to the ones that we saw from PDP, except there's some cosmetic changes and a few other things to keep in mind. Like the PDP controllers, these also have a ZL and a ZR button, so these should give you more compatibility in comparison to a standard GameCube controller. Also, like the PDP version, these are wired controllers that hook up via USB, so again, no additional adapters needed. These have really cool designs on them too. We have a Zelda, a Luigi, a Princess Peach, and a Super Mario themed option. All of these have kind of a transparent plastic to it, and I really dig the design of these. Now, the one thing that you want to keep in mind about these is that the C-sticks are not removable, so if you're looking for more customization, the PDP Fight Pad might be the better option for you, but personally, I love the designs of these. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. They have turbo buttons, you can remap the buttons. There's so many cool things about these, and Hori makes an amazing product. These are also $24.99, so $5 less than the official controller, and again, we have links in the description down below if you want to pick these up. And finally, I saved my favorite for last. Now, you might not necessarily consider these to be the best, but for my playstyle and the fact that I'm not a pro in any way, shape, or form, these are going to do just fine for me. And these are PowerA's wireless GameCube-style controllers. At the moment, unless you actually have a GameCube adapter and the original Wavebird controller, these are the only officially licensed options for you if you want a wireless GameCube controller for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It looks like PDP was able to get a lot of things squeezed in here. Bluetooth 4.1, for almost lag-free wireless play, an accelerometer for motion controls, and that's something that's huge about these. Out of all the controllers we talked about so far, these are the only ones that have an accelerometer built into them. Now, there are some drawbacks to this in comparison to picking up, let's say, like a Pro controller. There is no NFC touchpad on here whatsoever, so if you're looking to get something that you can scan your amiibo in with, this is not the controller for you. This also lacks HD rumble. So sadly, if you're looking for either of those two things, this might not be the best option for you. But keep in mind, none of the other controllers we talked about have the NFC touchpad or HD rumble. In fact, this one has the most features out of anything we've talked about so far. If you want to pick these up, they come in many, many amazing colors. You can pick these up in purple, black, silver, platinum, and they're also offering a gold option if you're into that kind of thing. Now, at the moment, you can pick these up at GameStop. Many of them are GameStop exclusives. They're a little bit more expensive than the other controllers on this list. They're $50, but again, you get a lot more features for this price. Now, if you don't need the wireless option of this controller, there's also a wired version of this controller as well for $24.99. Again, it has all the same features, except, you know, it's wired. But there you have it. Many, many different options if you are a GameCube controller fan and you're looking for something for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Again, if you want to pick any of these controllers up, we have links to every single one down in the description below, so make sure to check those out. And that's going to wrap up tonight's episode of the Nintendo Wiretap, again for October 9th, 2018. I'll be back tomorrow with yet another episode, so stay tuned and stay wired in. Bye, guys.